Here we will be discussing about the sample questions of agree-disagree essay type of IELTS. So we have picked up one question. Let us understand the question first. Some people believe that violence on television and in computer games has a damaging effect on the society. Others deny that these factors have no significant influence on people's behavior. Do you agree or disagree? So you have to take one stance, either agree or disagree. So let's see what can be the essay answer. So the one essay has been drafted and you see here multiple colors. So the IELTS examination pattern is that your essay is just based on 4 parameters. First one is the task achievement, that is whatever is the question topic or the task to be addressed, whether it is addressed to the extent required, that is called as the task achievement. Secondly is the coherence and the cohesion, that is how far you have given the ideas in a systematic way, you have developed the points methodically, that is coherence and cohesion. Third one is the lexical resource, that is as far as the vocabulary which is appropriate to the topic chosen. And the fourth one is the grammatical range, that is the use of the grammar and the different sentence types. So based on these four band descriptors, I have underlined the points, these 4 points, for your better understanding. That is, I have given it in different colors. So let's understand the essay. Structure of agree-disagree essay based on band descriptors. Now, in the first paragraph, introduction, let's see the first paragraph. Violence on television programs and in computer games is at the forefront of national debate. Many people believe that it has severe negative impacts on society, whereas others refute the notion. However, I believe that frenzy on TV and digital games adversely affects our society as it develops desensitized culture. This essay elucidates the harmful effects of violence on society and personality. Now see, this is the introductory paragraph. Here, there is a point, I believe that the frenzy on TV and digital games adversely affects a society. That means, as far as the writer, the point is that he agrees that it has a harmful effect. Okay, so he has taken the agree stand, and 2 main points the writer is trying to show, that its impact by harmful effects on society and on personality. So these 2 points, that is, these are the 2 main points which we will be seeing in the following paragraph. In the first paragraph, we will be seeing the damaging effects on the society, and in the second paragraph, we will be seeing its effects on the personality. Now, also you see that in the introductory paragraph, the first 2 lines, that is this one and the second line, it is a paraphrasing of the topic. Whereas the third line, it shows, that is, however, I believe this line is the thesis statement, that is whether you are taking as an agreeable or in disagreeable point. And in the last statement, which is called the outline statement, which actually shows how you justify your stand. If you are agreeing, that what are the 2 reasons you are quoting here. So the 2 reasons quoted here are society and personality. So let's come down to the first body paragraph. After the introductory para, this one is the first body paragraph. To begin with, now see here, to begin with is a grammatical way of presenting the point. Exposure to violent TV shows can have crippling effect on the society. Now, crippling effect is a lexical resource, that is the words appropriate to the, or vocab appropriate to the sentence. All the yellow words which have been colored here as yellow shows the vocabulary range. Okay, the people who watches lots of violent shows becomes less sympathetic towards victims of violence. So the first important point, which is sub point, which is given to support that its damaging effect, is that the people become less sympathetic towards victims of violence. This is the first sub point which has been given. The reason why people may become too tolerant towards violence and less aware about victims is that they become used to violence over time. So this is the second point, that is, not only they become tolerant, but they also become used to the violence over time. So you see, following the first point, that is less sympathetic and then become used to violence. So it is somewhere coherence. That means the ideas are systematically coming. A recent study has discovered that after viewing lot of violent TV shows, many people have high blood pressure and high heart rate in response to real depiction of violent events. Okay, so it is better if you give a real life example or an example. So this is to validate these any of these points. So that's why an example has been given how it impacts the people's physiology. So it's so that this sub point is accurately justified. In addition to this, violence also provokes aggressive thoughts. So this is another sub point which is added, is that it provokes subpoints. Now that is provokes aggressive thoughts. So this is somewhere which is also relevant, that how far it is impacting the society. Thus, these vehement shows disrupt the harmony in our society. So in this paragraph, societal impact, it has shows that people have become tolerant, they become used to it, and because of the provocation of the aggressive thoughts, it impacts the harmony of the society. So this is how the first point has been developed, along with an example of on how it impacts on the our body physiology. Now coming to the second point, that is personality, its impact on personality. Let's see. Likewise, violent computer games have severe negative effects as well, especially on youngsters. So the main point which is given is that it is impact on youngsters. Okay, that means the personality of a youngster, it is quoted. While watching violence on TV programs is passive activity, playing a frenetic computer game is active and hence is often more dangerous. So what is the main subpoint given here? That is, computer games is quite, they are actively participating. Secondly, players actively make the narrative and make decisions in order to control the situations. Thus, it is essentially a virtual reality. So what is the second subpoint given? That it's a virtual reality. It also acts as a lexical resource, that is, vocabulary appropriate to the topic of discussion here. Thus, it is an essentially an virtual reality that people are immersed in a situation with a set of conditions that they are asked by the gameplay. Their mental state becomes aggressive and attacking by participating in these violent games culture and often mimics this in the real world. So what is the next impact? It shows that because they are always immersed in a virtual reality, hence they develop that mental state of aggressive and attacking behavior, and that they replicate or mimic in the real world. That is the second main point which is given to support that how their personality is affected. Thus, computer games desensitize people to violence even more. So, in here also, they have developed the how the youngsters' mindset or personality is shaped because of these reasons. Okay, these two main reasons which they have given. So finally, we see the conclusions. So in conclusions, violence on TV and in computer games has negative effects on people's behavior. Not only does violence desensitize people, but also leads to unbalanced personality. So This is how the agree-disagree essay has been discussed. I hope so it is clear to you how you have to address the essay based on the 4 band descriptors. That's all. If you like the video, please do subscribe.